Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. And we've got another Seahawks video to make today, but first we just hit 1,850 subs to the YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers, old and new. Also, a special tip of the cap goes to the 20 channel members, especially elite channel member HaWKxXA. So, before we get into the Seahawks content, a couple of house cleaning items. First, I'm running a poll on my community tab right now, deciding what game I'm going to play next on stream. So you can go to the community tab and take a look at my most recent text post, and you can vote on which game you want to see me play with my gaming partner. We have Call of Duty as an option. We have Halo as an option. We have Payday 2. We have a couple other games as well, like Dead Space 3 in the poll. So just head on over and vote in the poll, and we'll see what people want me to play. Second of all, a lot of my viewers have been asking me to play Madden and stream it lately, and I've gone on record many times saying I don't want to play Madden. I don't really like Madden anymore. I don't want to spend money on Madden. It's just not something that excites me, and I really don't want to give money to EA for making a game like Madden, but people started actually sending me super chats and asking me to use it to buy Madden, so we're part of the way there. So if we get all the way there, I will buy Madden and stream it, and maybe I'll even play it with some of the viewers. But yeah, you can come by the stream tonight if you want to know a little bit more about that situation. But basically, yeah, if my viewers want me to play Madden on stream so badly that they're willing to literally buy the game for me, then I'll do it for you guys, because I like you guys. Don't take that too seriously, though. All right. Let Russ cook. And here are the numbers. Here are the updated numbers as of the most recent game. But before I dive into these percentages and what they mean and how they compare to last week or the previous year or anything like that, I want to have a very in-depth conversation about what it means to let Russ cook, because I think people have kind of forgotten what it really means, or they just simply misunderstand what it means. Because in my comments, in my chats on Twitter, I've seen a ton of people saying, oh, let Russ cook was a mistake. He has 10 turnovers in the last month. You got to pull him back in. You got to run the ball more. You got to feature the running backs. You got to let Wilson throw the ball 25 times a game at most. And, you know, I'm seeing all this stuff. And it's got me thinking that a lot of people are misunderstanding what let Russ cook means. So let me define what let Russ cook means to me. It's not simply to say we need to pass the ball more. Letting Russ cook is not, hey, let's pass the ball 60 times a game. Let's abandon the run completely in every single game we play. That's not what it's about. It's not about throwing the ball deep 50 times a game. It's not about throwing for 600 yards. It's not about doing an air raid offense or anything like that. Let Russ cook is about passing the ball when it is advantageous for this team to pass the ball. I'll give you a couple of examples, because the most important thing about letting Russ cook is recognizing the situation your team is in with respect to the players that they have and the down and distance they are facing on that particular play. Last year in the playoff game in Lambeau, we were down Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, CJ Prosise, down to our fourth string running back, Travis Homer, and a dude we picked up off the couch in Marshawn Lynch. And there was a drive in that game. There was one Seahawks possession in that game where we went handoff to Lynch, handoff to Lynch, handoff to Lynch, punt. That is the real issue. It's not just we ran the ball. It's we ran the ball 3 times in a row with our fifth string, effectively, our fifth string running back, without ever letting our QB, who had had an MVP caliber season, have any impact on that possession. We punted without giving Wilson so much as an opportunity to affect the drive. And the other element of let Russ cook is process over results. And I'll give you another example from last week against the Buffalo Bills. There was a play against the Buffalo Bills where we had 3rd and 25. And 3rd and 25, you're probably not going to convert no matter what you do. There are not very many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 25. Sometimes there's just very little you can do. On that play, Wilson dropped back to pass, threw an interception. It was almost a pick six, and it effectively ended the game. So because Wilson threw a pick, does that mean that we should have just run the ball on 3rd and 25? No. No. I will live with Wilson throwing a pick on 3rd and 25, trying to give his team a chance to pick up the necessary yardage rather than just run the ball, give up, and punt. Because either way, you have the exact same situation. The other team is getting the ball. And in that situation, the other team getting the ball was a death knell. So even though the result didn't work out, the process was still good. It's 3rd and 25. You need this conversion. So it's a good idea to let Wilson throw the ball. He threw a pick. But that doesn't mean the process was bad just because the results were bad. Likewise, 2 days ago against the Rams, we have 4th and an inch around midfield, and we're down a couple scores. We need to start putting up some points. We decide to take the delay of game penalty and punt it. Yes, the offense had not played well in that game. The offense was playing like crap that game. Wilson was not playing well. The running game was okay, I guess, but on the whole, we can all agree the offense did not play well against the Rams. Just because the offense is not playing well and the defense is actually outplaying them doesn't mean it's a good idea to punt the ball back to the opposing team on 4th and an inch. Okay? There's a process there. And that is what Let Russ Cook is about. It's about following good processes as a team. It's about understanding that on 1st and long, you throw the ball. Because running the ball on 1st and long sets you up in 2nd and long. 2nd and long typically leads to 3rd and long. 3rd and long typically leads to a punt. It's that process. Could Wilson throw a pick on 1st and long? Sure. But that doesn't mean you abandon the process that gets you to the mentality of, hey, it's 1st and long, we need to pass the ball. You also don't run the ball on 2nd and long. You pass because it gives you an opportunity to set up a manageable 3rd down. Could Wilson throw a pick on 2nd and long? Sure. But that doesn't mean you don't throw it just because you're afraid of that possibility. It's a good process to call a passing play and have Wilson throw the ball down the field on 2nd and long. Just because it doesn't work every time doesn't mean it's a bad decision. And I could go on and on with examples. Process over results, people. So if you take a look at the percentages after the first 9 games of the year, you'll see that in terms of process, I think we are doing quite well. Our run percentage is down to 37%, which is 26th in the league. First down run percentage is down to 44%, which is 27th in the league. So we're near the bottom, but not at the bottom in both of these marks, which makes a lot of sense. We've had injuries at the running back position, and we've had a need to score the ball a lot this year because of our defense being as bad as it is. So I don't care if the results the last couple games haven't been great. The process, to me, is still where it needs to be. And also, another good thing I can take away from this is we are not putting ourselves in 1st and long. We did not put ourselves in a single 1st and long against the Rams on Sunday. So that's very good. We have faced only 7 1st and longs through the first 9 games. That is an incredibly good number, and I hope we can keep it up. 2nd down, we are down to 34% running plays on 2nd down, 28th in the league, so that's very close to the bottom of the league. Part of the reason why is, again, we don't have our running backs right now. The last 2 games or 3 games, we've really had no option to run the ball the way we might even want to, because, again, you need to think about the process, and the process needs to take into account the fact that we don't have good running backs right now. So on 2nd and 6, if we have Carson out there, I can live with a running play. Handing the ball to Chris Carson on 2nd and 6 is a plus EV play, but handing the ball to DJ Dallas or Travis Homer is not. So just because Wilson will occasionally throw an incomplete pass or turn the ball over, and he has been doing that lately, and don't get me wrong, that's not okay, doesn't mean that we need to stop doing these things that make sense in terms of the process. The process is there. We need the players to execute. That, to me, is the issue. It's not we're putting too much pressure on Wilson. Wilson is making $35 million a year. He needs to either be able to handle that load or he needs to not get paid that much money. Second and long. Second and 10 or more, what are we doing? Look at this. 19%. Almost last in the league. We are barely ever running the ball on second and long. And some of our runs have probably been QB scrambles. So we are doing phenomenally well here in my estimation in terms of process, because unless you have one of the worst QBs in the league like Gardner Minshew or Joe Flacco, you need to be throwing the ball on second and 10. I don't care if it doesn't work every time. Running the ball on second and long is setting yourself up for failure. And I think some people, some Seahawks fans, have kind of forgotten that a little bit. Even if Wilson was, say, an average QB or a slightly above average QB, which is what he's played like the last month, it would still be good process to throw the ball on second and long. All right, so third down, we're running the ball about 25% of the time. It's pretty reasonable, especially because some of these runs are Wilson scrambles. We're right near the middle of the league. I would personally like to see some of these running plays get moved to earlier downs. I think we're probably running the ball a little too much on third down, especially when you, again, look at the fact that we're not a good third down team whatsoever. But 25% is right near the middle of the pack. I can live with that for sure. Third down and long, we did face a couple third down and longs against the Rams, and we ran it once. It was a Wilson scramble, and we passed it the other time. So we're still at 53%, which is still by far first in the league. This, to me, is a problem, but relatively speaking, it's a minor thing. It's less than 2 plays a game. So on the whole, I'm going to stick by this. Our process is good. Yes, the results have gotten away from us in the last couple games, but once again, let Russ cook is not just about throw the ball a lot. And the last couple games, we have been forced to throw the ball a lot because we don't have running backs and we've been falling behind, especially against Buffalo. But there have been extenuating circumstances that have forced us to throw the ball probably even a little more than we wanted to. But that's part of the process as well. It's recognizing who you have out there. It's recognizing that Alex Collins and DJ Dallas are not going to go out there, run for 150 yards and win the game for you. Either Wilson wins the game for you or you lose. All right, so hopefully that helps people understand that letting Russ cook is not about throw the ball 50 times a game. Hopefully that gets you guys on the right page with me, and why even if the results have not been good the last 2 games, we cannot get away from this. And if Carroll decides to go back to some run-first offense like 2018 or even 2019, it's going to be a disaster for this team. But that's really all I got for this one. This was a little longer than usual because I had a lot to go over, but I see some people on the ledge with this whole Russ-centric offense, and I felt like I needed to talk people off of it. There's going to be a video game stream tonight, as always. Come check it out. We'll talk about it, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people understood what I mean when I say let Russ cook and why I am not coming down off of that soapbox. So peace out, go Hawks. See you guys tonight. And yeah, process is good. Players just need to play better, period.